Hello people! Today I thought we'd take a ride over to the motorcycle and car test centre in Newport. In particular the junction outside it. This bit of a bastard actually. It's just the other side of that bridge over there. It's a big crossroads and you've got to turn right, but to turn right you have to turn left onto a filter road to get onto the left hand side of the crossroads to cross the crossroads. And the traffic lights over there, although the camera isn't going to show it very well because of the wide angle lens, the traffic lights over there give the impression that you've got a distant light, but you haven't. And quite a few people fail their test because they pull away on the green of the distant light, even though it's not a distant light. And what they in fact do is go through their own light, which is still at red. It's really important not to look at distant lights on this junction. Look at the light that's directly next to you. The distant light always changes to green before the light next to you because it has to clear the part of the road ahead before you can move onto it. Right, here's the junction. We need to turn left. So we're signalling here. Also, this road has several different speed limits in close proximity. You need to pay particular attention at those. So, test centre's on the right hand side over there. But to get there, we've got to turn off left like this. Queuing up. You can see a test card over there actually. So we're going to follow this line all the way down to that junction there. Turn right to get onto the right hand side of those crossroads so as we can go straight on. Also, on the bottom of this road, there is a crosshatch area, the yellow box, which you must not enter, but it's only on one side of the road. The fellow that was on the test with me crossed the box and stopped in the unboxed area, but couldn't go any further because there was cars in the way. He had a minor. You can pull forward you can pull forward after the lights to commit yourself, but you can't go into the centre of the road. Now, this is a dedicated lane. No, I beg your pardon, it's not. It's a straight on or turn right. So you're going to have to signal for turning right. Now, this is what I mean by the way the cars queue up over by there. Now, he couldn't pull onto that lane, as this is going to show you by here where the van goes and the silver car. He couldn't pull onto that lane, but he crossed that yellow box and sat at the side of the line of cars. He had a minor for that, because you can't do it. He could pull forward past these traffic lights to commit himself, but he shouldn't have crossed into the centre of the road, even though he wasn't in the yellow box. Now, just to point out, I'm way too close to the car in front. I'm aware of that. Don't do that. Give yourself an extra length. Right. You can pull onto this area, but you can't pull onto this area. Now, if you look here, we're going to get a green light now, which is going to stop me. But if you look, you can see distant lights, which is this light here, and they appear to let you go. But if you do, you're crossing a red light where you are. look at the light next to you. Don't look at distant lights. They're not distant, they're separate. Right, the test centre is down here on the right hand side. On this road there's a really bad manhole cover. Don't cross it. Don't move over to your right hand side of your lane until after it. Where the lorry's going is where we are going. Right, so check mirrors, indicate, check, past that cover. Right, around this cover and in. Don't cancel your indicator, keep it on, because we're going to turn again into the test centre. And here we are. This is the test centre. Now, when you pull out of the test centre, be aware that there is a cycle path right by here. Stop just short of it, check that no one's about to cross that, move forward. You're always going to be turning left. You're not going to go down that street because it takes you to the transporter bridge. 99% of the time you are also going to turn left again, because turning right leads to an industrial estate. There are often trucks parked on the left hand side, so take particular care to look around them. And there can be a big queue of trucks on this road here. Trucks are very used to coming this way, and they drive in such a way. You don't want to take chances. They'll flatten you for sure. They cut corners and they go quite fast, some of them. Right, this is a distant light. Right, I am now going to show you the different speed limits in this small area. However, first of all we need to go down to the roundabout and turn round and come back. The road that we are currently on is a 40-mile-an-hour road. Right, we're going up onto the bridge, which is 40 mile an hour. Still, nothing has told us any different. I'm going to go through the crossroads this time. Now it's going to drop to 30 mile an hour just by here, obviously because of the crossroad. Yeah, some people like taking risks on this junction as well for some reason. Right. Now, it's gone from 30 mile an hour and all of a sudden, right by here, it's going to jump to 50. in that short space. Your examiner is going to expect you to use the amount of speed you have at your discretion. So if you're still doing 30 mile an hour by here on an empty road, he's not going to be impressed, because he's going to think you're not paying attention to road signs. Obviously, very often this road is busy, depending on the time of day that you actually have your exam. In a way, it would be good if it was busy and you were stuck in traffic, because it's still part of your exam, being stuck in traffic, and the minutes are ticking away, and that's your exam. He still has to get you back to the test centre at the right time, which means if you're stuck in traffic, he has to shorten your test. These roundabouts are horrible. Hate them. People are impatient on these roundabouts. Right, so we're still on a 50 mile an hour road. Obviously we're going back the other way. Just the other side of this bridge, it's going to come straight down to 30, right by here, because of the junction. To go, if you're coming back this way to go back to the test centre, you would go down that road by there, because you cannot turn right here. Left, sorry. You can't turn left or right by here. Not allowed. You've got to use the filter roads. If you want to go right, you've got to turn left, use the filter road. And basically, that is the test centre junction. This road now is 30 mile an hour, and as soon as we get up onto the bridge here, it's going to change to 40. They very often go this way, out of the centre. They'll take you all the way through Newport, and then back around, and you'll come back across that crossroads back into the test centre. Right, we're just going to go back around again, and we're going to go back down to towards the test centre. So we want to cross crossroads, so we're going to have to come off left onto the filter road. You know, look, it's changed to 30 by here. Now hopefully we get to wait at these traffic lights so you can see them better going this way. Oh, dirty great bloody truck in front of us. Now, this is also a straight ahead lane, as I said before, as well as a turn right, so you have to indicate. Don't forget to indicate. Don't pull to the centre of this road and wait. You will get a minor for it. You can cross this white line and stop short of that yellow box just to commit yourself, but don't go any further. And when you've got a green light, that is, obviously. Now, hopefully we're going to get a red by here. Yes, we've got a red, but we're not going to be able to see further. Now that light, shoot, we can't see it. Move around so I can see better. Now you see how that light down by there is changing to green, right? It changed to green before this one. Only fractionally, but it did. If you went on that light, you would cross a red light here. It's to clear this part of the road to make it ready for us to get there. It's not your distant light. Make sure you look at the light directly next to you, not the distant. You will fail. Many people do. Remembering the metal cover down here is quite big, so we'll have a look. Indicate this cover down by here. Don't cross it, it's really bad. It's loose. And go around this cover here. Keep your indicator on. Be aware of cyclists. Pull in. Nah, this people doing their phase one over there now, so we're not going to intrude. We're going to pull straight back out. Stop short because it's a cycle path. Pull forward. Obviously you're remembering to indicate before you got to this point. We're going to go this way. I'm going to show you why. Your examiner won't bring you down here because it means they got to sit and wait down by here for the transporter bridge gondola to come across to pick you up. Pretty awesome bridge this is. Considerably old. But yeah, this is the reason why they won't turn that way. They will turn left. Let's go back down. Anyway, that's basically it. I can't show you people doing their phase 1 test simply because that wouldn't be fair. Everyone stays out of the way. They're nervous enough as they are. The phase 1 area, as we pulled into the test centre, the phase 1 area is directly behind that building that you could see as we went in. Right, we'll have another look at this junction in a minute, see if we can get red lights on the way back out. Now here's someone, and yes, they're actually on their examination. Take note of trucks parked on the side of the road, pulling out. Up to speed. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road. They like you to get up to speed because no doubt your instructor will tell you pull away from danger. Get up to speed and leave danger behind you. You can spend ages on this road just getting to this junction if you have your test at the right time. So that'll eat away into your minutes. No, we're not going to get red lights again. I think what we'll do is go straight across this time. Let's be careful here. We're on a 30 mile an hour, don't forget. Ah, it's got us. Never mind. Actually, you can see this junction better from this way now. You see where that test car is over by there? That's probably an examination going on. Now that test car can cross the line if it gets a green, but don't enter this yellow box. Don't sit in the middle by there either. You can cross the line to commit yourself, so you can go as soon as you get a space, but don't go any further if there's cars blocking your exit from the junction. You'll get a minor for it. Now you see how these trucks are backed up right by you now. So you couldn't enter that road by there. A guy that I was with stopped right by there. He had a minor for it. He should have waited on that side over there. Yeah, and there's a lot of impatient people down here, as you can hear by the toots. Now, we can go, even though that one's red, because that is for the other lane, to turn right. It can be confusing to a new driver. Obviously, car driver, having said this, I was going to say car drivers would see that junction completely differently. You know, drivers that have been driving cars for years, are doing their motorbike tests, they have sort of knowledge of the road anyway. But having said that, I just realised that my mate who failed his test on that distant light that isn't a distant, that I was on about earlier, is actually a car driver. But it fooled him. He went on the distant green, straight through the red light right next to him, because it's not a distant. Anyway, I think that's basically everything covered for that junction. So I'll leave it there. Cheerio, hope you liked the vid.